In this tutorial, I will show you how to use this custom exception class. General idea is you should use what's already available in Java API, but sometimes you can define your own custom class that extend exception class or subclass of exception class. I will give you an example here. Extending exception class, eventually I will show you whether we can extend subclass of exception. So if you have a class called circle, we use a circle a couple of times already. We have a radius, double type. And let me just have one static variable so that we know how to count number of objects we have. And then let's say get area. It's not necessary, just in case. So we have one data field and then, two data field. And then one methods. We assume that we have constructor and other methods and getters and setters as well. So if you look at here, you can imagine that we have a circle object with a radius 0. That doesn't make sense, or minus 10. Also, it doesn't make sense. So you may have your own exception class called InvalidRadiusExceptions, basically saying radius double. This cannot be less than 0, or has to be greater than 0. In this case, we can see the relationship between circle, invalid radius exceptions. That depends on circle. It means invalid radius exception doesn't exist without circle object. So we can say that invalid radius exception depends on circle. We are going to extend what's already available. Exceptions. If it's possible, you can use subclass of exception class. Ideally, that's better. So here we are talking about circle object with at least radius. And then we are saying that radius should be greater than 0. So that's the idea of introducing our own custom class called invalid radius exceptions. Sorry, that's missing E. So pretty much that's all. Let me just put one example here. Let's say circle object number 1. Or I'll just say circle. So when we have a one circle object, we can count number of objects is equal to 1. So let's create a project. Same. Simple Java project. I will use it as it is. Let me begin with what's already available. For example, if you look at circle, I may focus on radius greater than 0, and then try to use the existing API, okay? I'm talking about illegal arguments exception, okay? So here, radius double. Setter and getter, again, That's okay, keep it. I may need a constructor. Just use the default first. Then another constructor with a radius. Okay. That's the minimum we need. And then, hang on. Here, circle, we are going to use 1.0 using another constructor because we like to have a circle with at least greater than 0. Number of objects. Let me move down. I like to see constructor and then in order according to data field. So I like to say once we construct objects, we like to count number of objects we create. So say plus plus. Yeah, I will just keep it here, okay. This works as a counter, okay. And this is the one we're going to set exceptions. So let me put comments first. Set a new radius with exception, okay. And then toString method. Let me construct maybe 2-3 objects first. (10.0), maybe 2 more. 0 and minus, okay. So if you run this program, we have 10 and 0 and minus 10.0. So C1 is okay, C2 and C3 should not be allowed, okay? So that's something to do with the exception handling, which we haven't done that yet. So let me just add one more data field. I mentioned it in class diagram called area. Then I just somehow forgot to put it. So let me just add it here. Radius area. Let me move down. So maybe here. So we have a radius area, number of objects. And then if you look at the area, especially the area here should be radius multiplied by radius and then pi. So mass dot pi. So let me revise it. So area, actually I don't need that, okay? We just need to get area or calculate area. So let me remove. ToString, for now, I will just leave it. Normally you should add area as well, but I will just leave it. Set radius, now we can deal with the exceptions, okay? Through illegal argument exceptions. So in this case, we can put our own expression here, basically saying radius is greater than 0. If that's the case, we can assign new radius to radius, means this radius equal to radius. Otherwise, we just printed a one message, okay? Using exceptions, okay? Every exception has a constructor with one parameter, string value. So you can actually write it down here. Radius cannot be less than 0. So if you learn it, nothing will happen, okay? That's okay. That's normal. What you need to do is when you use exception handling, if you want to catch the exceptions, you have to try what you need to do. So we need to use try and catch at least. And certain things has to be done no matter what, whether exception happen or not. Then you can use finally as well. So here we are catching illegal argument exceptions. Now I will say EX inside, okay, print. Again, indentation looks funny, okay. Let me indent, okay. Got too many, okay. Again, I think here, okay. Curly blankets. Too many. Okay, now it seems okay. So finally, we like to print and missing Y, okay. Let me indent it, okay. Now C1, C2, C3 is out of the scope. So I need to declare variable outside the try catch. Okay, I need to put it here, circle, declare first. C1 default value null, C2, C3, then I can use it inside, okay, so that it can be used for try and catch, and then finally. Okay, done. So this time when you run it, says that everything is in order somehow. It means I'm making mistakes somewhere when I construct the object. So seems like okay here, okay? So let me just count number of objects in case. So 3 objects. Again, that shouldn't be 3 objects. That's supposed to be 1. So let me double check this constructor here. Okay, this the radius equal to radius. Seems like not working. So we change to setRadius and then radius. Let's see what happens. This is what we need, isn't it? The first circle object we created with the 10.0, that's why print toString. But when we construct the second object and the third object, according to line number 26 and 27, you just print it out. Radius cannot be less than 0. That's something to do with illegal argument exceptions. So catch actually cope illegal argument exception error. So that's why C2, C3 just saying null pointer exception error, because there are no constructor. Again, this time let's focus on creating our own customer class. We call it as InvalidRadiusException. Extend exception class. And then we can focus on what has to be done. This case, we have to focus on radius. Something we can measure, okay? So that happened to be double. So we just need only get radius, not set radius. So I will keep it only getter. Here, I just need a constructor, one of them from super, and then it's my own. So let's say this, and then the other one. String. Okay. Actually, I don't need a string, so remove. Because default I can use here directly. Invalid radius, say radius, so we can see why. If radius is less than 0, it will print a value, so it might be easier to identify why. So construct exception object, actually. This one return the radius. So same thing, radius. Let me just let this okay area. I changed to now it's okay. Number of objects. Maybe just put in case 0. It doesn't really matter because it will be initialized anyway. So if you go down to line number 33, instead of using illegal argument exception from Java API, we will change to our own. Call it as invalid radius exception. So let me comment so that you can see what was the original one. So here we use the same name, our own, okay? Say invalid radius exceptions. The way we use it is exactly the same. Just replace invalid radius exceptions. So invalid radius exceptions. Why we have to do this? Because we are using this constructor. So when you construct the object, it's going to it's supposed to check the exception. So that's why we have to throw invalid radius exception here as well. Both of the constructors are used. And then when we use the method as well. So this case, say on report exception, invalid radius exception must be coped or declared. So we go back, replace, okay, same error message for line number 25, 26, 27. So we change this one. When that happens, we are going to catch invalid radius exceptions. So after that, will be okay. Run it. So here it says that we cannot have a 0.0. At least it print C1 true string. And then we have a null pointer exception error. If you are not sure, you can comment this one out, because it terminates the program. But if you comment it out, it says that we have one object, and we have exactly we have only one. Okay, the first one. So let me make some comments because it's not clear what it is. You can play with it, you can change the numbers, and let's see whether it's actually working or not. It works. Two objects, no problem. Problem happens with the C3, which is -10. So we go back to circle. Again, there are 3 data fields. We are using invalid radius exceptions. So here, so let me just write it down. We can define custom exception class by extending exception class, which we did already. This time, can I use a subclass of exception class? So here we change. So here, that's all we need. It works exactly the same, okay. We change, again it works 2 objects, that's correct. So if it's possible, you should extend subclass of exception class. That's the preferred way of constructing our own custom exception class. Let me quickly have a look. Okay, 3 data field. That's what we did. Invalid radius exceptions. Again, it's not necessary to have your custom exception class for this case, but for the demonstration, I just want to show you how to create our own custom exception class. Then how can we use it? Exactly the same way of using it, just different name, or we are reporting to our own exception class. That's all. Thank you.